he should just read the Times and say, hii kitu hata ukishikilia namna gani itaanguka. Unlike the 10 commandments of Moses, itavunjika. But then you must sometimes pause. That's why God gave you a brain. You must sometimes pause and ask yourself, if it is as simple as we all think, does it mean Raila is a fool? So if you ask people that say, Raila amepewa pesa, you see, that's what people would say. If you remove money from the equation, you think Raila is a fool.
Tired of the same old shopping experience? Step into a smarter way to shop with Whitson Group, Kenya's go-to online store for quality you can trust. From gadgets and homeware to everyday essentials, we deliver convenience right to your door. Fast shopping, secure payments, and top-notch customer care, all in one place. Visit whitesongroup.com today. Whitson Group, simple, reliable, delivered.
A very good day to you. Welcome to Herman Manyora's YouTube channel. We're here at 1442 Kusini, once again letting you know that there are 2 bedrooms that haven't been booked yet. 7.7 million, you get yourself a 2-bedroom. 5.7 million, you get yourself a 1-bedroom at Sore Road, South B. If you know how South B looks like, every single amenity that you might be looking for is actually on this apartment. There are 3 levels of parking. There's CCTV, there's water, there's an open kitchen, as you can see, and the high ceilings that make the room even look brighter. If you're looking for a way to invest and you have some money somewhere and you're thinking, can I put this as a BNB and where can I put it? Call the number on your screen or call Prof. He's here with me. You're well?
I'm well.
Our conversation, we talked about Edwin Sifuna last week, and people are asking me, ask Prof whether he has been bought. Ask Prof whether he has been tamed.
Why?
Because he comes out and reads this party saying that they are in oneness with broad-based government, saying that ODM in general has agreed that they will work together with UDA. And everyone is just asking, this is the Sifuna that was saying this deal.
Who has been brought? Sifuna-Raila?
Sifuna himself.
Sifuna.
Yes.
You know, Sifuna is not in a position that you would envy. It's a very tough position. You see, there is Sifuna the man, and there is Sifuna the Secretary General. It's very difficult on such a matters to draw the line between Sifuna the man, Sifuna the Secretary General. And I think that's what the party seems to be wrestling with. We may say, okay, Sifuna, those are your personal opinion. But to the average listener, how can they distinguish between Sifuna the person, giving his personal opinion, and the Sifuna the Secretary General of ODM? It's not easy. So the party may be worried that whereas Sifuna has a right to express his own opinion, more often than not, whatever he expresses, whether personal or whatever, will come out as the party position. And I think this is where the problem is. But even more seriously, there are people who believe what Sifuna says is what Raila can't say publicly. So I think the party had to come out to clarify.
But do you think Sifuna should actually also come out and even clarify himself? As much as he says, there is me and there is Sifuna, the Secretary
It's
General.
difficult. I thought so until I also had a discussion with somebody. You know, sometimes when you talk to people, a top leader of ODM, I had a discussion and I was telling him, why are you people pushing Sifuna to the wall like this? He's not coming out looking well. You are being unfair to the young man. And the top leadership, the top leader told me that, you see, it's very difficult to distinguish what Sifuna says as a person and what Sifuna says as Secretary General. And therefore, there's need for there to be a party position. You know? So the party organ sits with Sifuna there, they listen to him, he listens to others, and when they walk out of that room, they have a party position. And Sifuna, being the Secretary General, unfortunately, has the one to read the party statement. It's so bad for Sifuna, too tough for him, I understand. Then I asked him, but hope you are not hitting the young man so much. He said, no. It's just, there are people, of course, they are hardliners.
Is this position too big for Sifuna? I was listening to
It's
Aaron.
too small for
I was listening to Aaron Cheriot, and he says the problem with Sifuna is that he just likes to speak, without going through the party mechanisms. For Aaron Cheriot, he says, I have to listen to my bosses within you.
But Aaron Cheriot, when they were under siege by Raphael Tuju, I remember, he was just speaking the way Sifuna is speaking. So it's normal for politicians to speak from both sides of the mouth and depending. Aaron Cheriot was even worse than Sifuna when they were sitting in Jubilee. So, or you have forgotten.
let me ask you this though.
Yes.
The party comes up with this position that they are in oneness with UDA. They are going to come up with another committee to look at what the MOU was all about. Are we wasting time as ODM, and are we flogging a dead horse?
No, it's not wasting time. It's not a dead horse, but there are challenges. The party is facing challenges. If ODM can navigate through this storm, it will emerge a very strong party. But the danger is that it may find it difficult. Because these are defining moments, not just for ODM, but for the but for this country as a whole. Yeah. These are very challenging times.
One would ask, where is the storm? Just leave UDA. ODM will sail very well in the opposition. Why are you merging with Ruto?
You see, everybody, including I, wonder, why is Raila with Ruto? All of us. But then you must sometimes pause. That's why God gave you a brain. You must sometimes pause and ask yourself, if it is as simple as we all think, does it mean Raila is a fool? So if you ask people, they say, Raila amepewa pesa. You see, that's what people would say. If you remove money from the equation, you think Raila is a fool. Even for that money, you think Raila doesn't know what money is, and he doesn't have his own money. So there must be bigger things at play, which unfortunately maybe we don't understand. Which again, sadly, the main players, Ruto, Raila, and few others, have not effectively communicated to us to know, okay, it looks awkward. It looks actually really bad. It's actually criminal, almost immoral for Raila to do certain things, given his record, his past. So, could there be something we don't know? And therefore, it's necessary for them, people like Raila and Ruto, to tell us more than they have told us. Yeah.
When you look at their union, has it benefited the country in any way from where you sit?
The union has not brought the sort of benefit people are looking for. But beneath the noise, and beside the noise, and besides the noise, over and above the noise, below the noise, around the noise,
yes.
Can we also accept that if Raila had not joined Ruto, saved Ruto in 204, we will be talking about a different story. Whether positive or negative, things will not be what they are. Is it not true?
Whether negative or positive.
Or positive. So, if you are looking for whether Raila joining Ruto has benefited the country in any way, think of what would have happened around June 2024 if Raila had not joined, had not extended his hand to a fallen brother or to a fallen brother, Ruto. What could have happened?
Maybe we would have had a transitional government.
Some of us understand a few things that go on. And I could see the situation the way it was going. And I'm sure there's no way it would have been business as usual. What I'm not sure is how it would have ended. But something would have given way. Something was going to give way. And I'm not saying what Raila says, the country will be into anarchy, Gachagua will take. No. I'm just saying something would have happened. Whether good or bad, but something was going to happen. So if you want to see whether Raila joining Ruto was beneficial to the country, look at it in terms of what would have happened if he had not joined.
Let me ask you, how long can we prolong this unionship with section of ODM saying they don't want it at all, Kenyans believing Raila has betrayed them, Ruto actually making sure that this union continues so that the country can remain stable? How long can we prolong it?
I can't tell you how long, a day, 2, a month, a year, 10 years, I can't tell you. But I can tell you something. Something is about to give way in this country. That one is certain. something is about to give way. There's going to be a major departure from what we know. So big that we will all be looking and wondering, when this thing was about to happen, how come none of us was seeing? What I can tell right now, the old order is about to give way to the new order. How that will happen, I don't want to claim to know. But I have my own thinking and ideas, and I reflect heavily on these matters. But I know the old is about to give way to the new. And in many societies, it is always painful. Unless people learn from the benefit of history, benefit of hindsight, what other countries have gone through, what other societies have gone through, and say we can avoid the painful transition. But there's going to be a transition from the old to the new. And it's most likely going to be painful.
Raila is
extremely
trying
painful.
to mediate this transition, to
Yes.
medium this transition, if that's the right word. He's trying to do that through the intergenerational conclave.
Yes.
We talked about this. You said we need to have a conversation as a country.
Yes.
But how would you want this conclave to happen? Because they also talked about it when the party organs met. How would you want it to happen so that we don't give way in a nasty way?
It won't happen in the manner in which the leaders think it can happen. You see, their way is buying time. Their way is sungura mjanja type of thing. You sit down and say, tukifanya hivi, hapa tusukume hivi. Not that way. It has to be genuine. It has to be sincere. Because it has to be a national conversation. An open, honest, national conversation. It's not about Ruto's presidency. If you make it about Ruto's presidency now and 2027, you've lost it. It's not about Gachagua. It's not about any of these people. It's about the country. And not just the country. It's about this country 100 years from now. It's about the grandchildren of these people who are now the players. It's not about short term. A conversation about this country is a conversation similar to conversations other countries have had, like America. Those conversations have produced a charter for those countries, like charters for those countries, like the Charter for America. 200 years. They are only improving on it. But it has sustained them over the years, including through the period of the Civil War and so on and so forth. That's the sort of charter I'm talking about, which will help you navigate good times and bad times.
Some were arguing those in power just follow the constitution. There's conversation about Raila and conclave and everything. Just leave it out. Just follow the constitution. What would you tell these people?
No, our constitution as it currently is very limiting. First of all, the biggest weakness with our constitution, apart from patching and borrowing and so on and our poor architecture, apart from all those weaknesses which are apparent and very obvious to anybody, this constitution of ours really counts on the goodwill of those in power. This constitution, I saw it, and I'm not ashamed to say I never voted for it. I saw it.
Oh, you are
I didn't.
Oh.
I was with Ruto in the no campaign. I saw it and I said, whoever becomes president in 2012, it was going to be 2012, I don't know how it went to 2013. Somehow it went to 2013. Whoever becomes president in 2012 will determine the success or failure of this constitution. And I didn't want a constitution that depended on an individual. Time has proved me right. You cannot implement this constitution without the individual. The environment is not conducive for an individual to implement this constitution.
Even when we talk...
And no individual, however good, nobody in State House, you put anybody in State House, the ecosystem in which they will be operating is such that they cannot change this country.
What is wrong?
So that's what the national conversation will be about.
Because the constitution was about limiting the presidential powers.
Are they limited?
What went wrong there?
They are not limited. It depends. We didn't think hard. Those guys so-called committee of experts, to me, were just jokers. We didn't think hard enough.
Because we
didn't go at the core of the problems of this country.
Independent institutions, not really independent.
We packed so many institutions, so many commissions, some of them irrelevant, yet costly. We needed more serious thinking than we engaged in. So even this so-called conclave.
Yes.
If it is done in the normal manner, it will again produce nothing. But Raila mentioned the best minds we have. If he, Raila, sticks to that, the best minds, he's not known for doing that.
So for the first time,
he must stick to the best minds. Not people you know, not people around you. Sometimes you get people around you, you may get one or two who are good. But go beyond those you know, those around you. Widen the scope. Such wider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You talked about goodwill, which I found interesting. Do you think there is goodwill from the president's side, President William Ruto? I know there's this conversation about capitation. Everyone is furious. As much as Raila is trying to help him, there's a lot of conversation about healthcare. There's a lot of conversation about corruption. And I want to know from you, do you think there is goodwill from the president? Even before we talk about conclave, dialogue, we will stop seeing extrajudicial killings. We will stop seeing abductions. Because if this continues, there's no need for a conversation if there is no goodwill from one side. Do you think there is?
I don't want to know whether there is or there isn't. Certainly there isn't goodwill from anybody. We don't want a Kenya where the constitution will be implemented because we have goodwill from the president. That's not the Kenya I want. That's why I didn't vote for that constitution. I want a Kenya where things will work, whether the president wants them to work or not.
I'm asking about
the
dialogue.
Constitution will look, when Trump became a president in America, everybody was scared. I didn't understand how. Maybe because I supported him. Yeah. I didn't understand how. You see, the American president is a straitjacket. There is not much you can do outside the Constitution and the practice and tradition. There's not much. When the time for you to leave State House comes, the person packing your bag does not even consult you. It is his duty at a certain point in time to begin packing your bags.
Yeah.
He doesn't ask anybody.
Yeah.
Anaangalia tu kwa calendar. Elections have been done in November. Higher.
December.
Okay. A week from now, the new president will be coming to hapo kwa White House, kwa moto hapo wanawata wakiongea. It's my time to begin packing the bag. Vitu gani president alikuwa, personal things, which gifts he'll go with, which one must be left according to the law of America. Wanaanza ku separate the gifts. Zile unaweza kwenda nazo, zile lazima zibaki. It's like automatic. That's what we want. We want a constitution whose implementation does not depend on the goodwill of anybody.
Do you think dialogue depends on the goodwill of the president?
It shouldn't.
Even this conversation.
What he should do, he should just read the Times and say, hii kitu hata ukishikilia namna gani itaanguka. Unlike the 10 commandments of Moses, itavunjika. Hiyo nini, tablet itavunjika. So once you read the Times, you look at the signs on the wall. You say, let me be the midwife. Let the history of this country, when it is written, say it was during the reign, if you call it reign,
yes,
of President William Samoei Ruto, that Kenyans birthed a new constitution and brought a new order. This wonderful country you are seeing, 50 years down the later, was made possible by the hand of William Ruto, Raila ODM. The history will always mention those people. Yeah, it's nothing else.
And Herman Manyora.
And me too.
Thanks for tuning into that conversation. We are at 1442 Kusini. 2 bedrooms going for 7.7 million. Bedroom going for 5.7 million at Sore Road, South B, close to the Central Business District. And remember, this is a place that all amenities are here. There's a shopping center, there's school, mosques, and everything that you need. The expressway is just over here. And just so you know, Kenya Mortgage Refinance Company is actually ready to help you with financing. If you don't have any money and you have a small salon, call the number on your screen. They'll help you in getting an apartment here at South B, Sore Road. Goodbye for now.